Hello. I promise Ed's here. He's got to walk all the way around. I thought he was going to jump over the table, but I'm taking the safe route.
Hello, everybody.
God, you look good today. I mean, not that you don't look good every day.
Oh,
I didn't mean
yeah,
it like
right.
that.
Yeah,
I didn't mean it that way.
So, yeah, we're doing a little virtual chocolate tasting with you, all you out there. And wow, holy moly, do we have a lot of virtual tasters out there this week?
Yeah, bunches.
Yeah, so we're excited to be here to taste, explain the wines that are in your pack. Of course, we're having 5 wines here in person, so I figure most of the people that we have here today will kind of limp out of here.
It's going to be a challenge. Although all this sugar ought to give them the charge they need to get
That's
home.
true. They might, instead of drive home, run home.
They might, or maybe they'll scoop some snow while they're here. It's snowing. After
Yes,
all
it
the
is
flowers
snowing.
have come up, it's great.
Yep, we got some beautiful snow out there, Chef.
Well, what's nice, it's not sticking. It's just pretty to look at. It's the best kind of snow. It's not an impediment. Just pretty. Little February Valentine snow.
Well, we are always geared up for this time of year. It's really, I would consider our reopening in a sense. I mean, we've been kind of puttering along for 6 weeks, and now people are going to come out in droves like they did this weekend.
It was stout.
Yeah.
It was a strong weekend. We still have more to go, today and tomorrow. And thank you. Today and tomorrow, so it's going to be,
I'm actually going to start you out with the bubbles first, Chef, even though they are sweet, and then we're going to move into the red. You can certainly do this in either fashion. The red is so fruity, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue to have them together. It's really dense red. Traditionally, of course, we'd always want to do our dry wines before sweet, but when you add the element of carbonation, it really
kind of trumps it, doesn't it?
it takes a lot of that sweetness out, and quite honestly, we're having chocolate, so I don't really see that there's going to be a big conflict here with the dry red wine and which progression that you do it in. But we just wanted to talk about these wines and all these beautiful creations and how they can interact, just like we do at the chef's table and we do on Thursday night tastings. If you're not doing those, you should be. Plain and simple.
Missing out.
We had another huge Friday and Saturday of chef's tables, and lots and lots of first timers, people from all over the area outside of our state, and just blown away by what we can do here in Mount Airy, and I think people should take advantage of that.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful time, and we had lots of happy people.
Yes, we did. It was a blast. So, you know what, Chef, let's just do this. Let's pour them side by side.
Okay.
Let's do a little different this week. And
I like it. I like
that
different.
way people can kind of see the contrast here. And this
Thank you.
is going to be this is like a nap right here, Chef. This plate of chocolate and bottles of wine look like a nap to me.
Looks like, well, what better way to spend a Sunday?
Right, yeah.
A little
yeah.
vino, a little snooze.
So we are on, today is Sunday, February 13th, 2022 when we film this. We are doing our tasting here in about an hour. Classic Ed, wait till last moment to do anything. So we're filming just before everybody gets here.
Well, that's okay, because, I mean, we've been a little distracted.
We've been slightly busy, rolling out of here at midnight with our, this has been a crazy Valentine's weekend.
Back in early every day to restock everything, so it's been great.
We got tomorrow another big chef's table Monday night, so we're really
Dining room too,
wedging this
so.
guy in there. We didn't want to miss out on the chocolate, and I don't know what it is with the weekends, but it seems like it's ice or snow every weekend.
It's ridiculous, and sometimes realized, sometimes not. But could live without this stuff.
Sure.
But it's going to be short-lived. It is pretty this week.
Well, let's talk about the wines real quickly. What you have here is a Moscato d'Asti. Now, this is not the flip-flop Moscato. This is not the kind of Americanized, bastardized version of Moscato. This is a serious wine, and you know me, when it comes to sweet wines, they have to be serious wines. I'm not going to serve you something that is lacking complexity. Chabianco, wonderful producer here. We have their Prosecco on our wine list, and they just do great things with bubbles. And the Moscato d'Asti does have some residual sugar, and don't get me wrong, but it still has a beautiful complexity, and I think anybody that's a serious wine drinker can appreciate it.
That is complex. And the sweetness, you can tell, is a natural sweetness. This is not a,
Right.
you know, it doesn't taste like,
Scoops of
sweet.
sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very elegant sweetness.
Beautiful nose on that as well.
Very
Super
floral,
aromatic.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. And then for your red, we have a beautiful California blend from Ghost Runner. This is their ungrafted red. We featured this a couple years back, and I thought it'd be a great time to circle back around, try it one more go.
What a
And
nose on
we're talking about the big grapes of California. When we talk about California blend, that would be, of course, Cabernet, Zinfandel, Petit Syrah, Syrah. These are classically blended, and what some people would call field blends often. This is not a field blend, however, but it gives the same kind of end result when you ferment them separately and fold them back together. And huge amount of alcohol.
Huge.
Which
And,
I know some of you out there appreciate.
well, it's got a huge amount of everything in there. Boy, that's going to stand up to these chocolates quite well.
And-
Not going to get run over.
Wow. But there's so much fruit and the toastiness, that nice toast. You can really taste the toastiness.
Vanilla, just all over the place.
So, Chef, wow, what an elegant.
Pretty artsy, huh?
This is why people go nuts over your food, right here, Chef. Like, are you kidding me? That's amazing. So, let's do a little walkthrough, if you don't mind.
And
Yeah, let's use your pointer fork.
my little wheel is blocking my pudding. I hate when that happens. All right, so
Oh, wait. I got you.
Yeah,
right here,
see?
Chef. We'll get
it's
you.
like a little
Oh, how about that?
There we go. All right, so I think how we have it listed, we're starting.
Oh, I dropped it.
Oh.
Oops.
First, we have a praline truffle. So what I did is took almonds, pecans, pistachios, cashews, and candied all of them. Rolled this into a little ball, and then we dipped this in Callebaut Belgian milk chocolate.
Yum.
So just a gorgeous expression there. Top this with some sugar almond powder, or not really powder, just kind of crushed it up. And here we have our world famous cranberry, and not blueberry, cranberry and white chocolate bread pudding. Delicious texture here. You get the chew from the cranberry, you get the quintessential white chocolate flavor. This is warm. We've got some great caramel sauce underneath that, real showstopper. Then we have our gorgeous ganache terrine. What we did is we started with French press coffee and Kahlua
Yum.
in with our cream, and then we mixed in bittersweet Belgian Callebaut chocolate, just a super over the top decadent chocolate there. We topped that with a little candied pecan, made these fancy little vanilla tuile cookies that use egg whites and sugar and melted butter, allows us to kind of twist them into shape. Those egg whites really give us some twist. We got a little lollipop here. What I did is a dark and white chocolate cake.
Combination, yeah.
Mixed that together, dipped it in white chocolate, then just drizzled a little bittersweet chocolate over top. Drizzle a little praline on that just for sticking. Then we got a fresh blackberry with strawberry puree. And obviously you can't have Valentines without chocolate dipped strawberries.
Oh yeah, it's a classic.
Classic. So just a amazing lineup here. I think we've kind of hit on all the big names in this, and I just think it's a lovely presentation to go with your wine.
Yeah, Chef, we are talking about everything chocolate you can think of is right here on this plate. And I know that y'all are going to just adore all these things. But Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they're wondering, what does Ed think about these?
Well, there's a really.
That's
We're just guessing at this point.
That's the real.
And we're not supposed to be guessing.
Hey, do we need a second opinion on chocolate?
Becca doesn't like chocolate.
We just see a little our little there she comes, and she's got her Valentine's sweater on.
You are so festive.
Come on in here.
Come on
Say
in
hi.
there. There's Becca.
Hey.
We need a second opinion?
We need a second opinion.
There you go, Miss Becca.
So
Here, I'm gonna slide down a little bit.
yeah,
Let's let her.
Yeah, you want to drag
Come on
the
in.
stool over
Yeah,
here?
absolutely.
Okay, we'll try to squeeze you in the frame here, and it's always nice to have guests.
Let me in on the.
Well,
the
we
video
said we
and
said
then
last
we'll
week we
start
need
with-
more guests.
That's right, we did. We've been talking about that.
And
Sorry to
miraculously-
Shanghai you. I know
She's obviously
you weren't
disappointed.
prompted by our producer or our director, but they took off because it's right.
How is she gonna know if they're any good without a glass?
That's a good point. You want? Okay, yeah. Get
Oh,
you
went for the bubbles, did we?
She loves bubbles, but don't we all? All right, so you get to start.
Ooh.
You get to
Okay,
break
we're
the
going
ice.
from here up, and this is the praline truffle with creme anglaise.
The praline truffle's the first.
It's gonna have a little crunch there. You
Here,
might
I'll
just
say
want to
it
pick
all.
it up and bite it like a.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
Got it.
Boom.
Praline truffle.
Milk chocolate,
Okay.
little creme anglaise, our little vanilla bean custard sauce. Yum yum.
I already know it's gonna be delicious.
No, we don't know. That's why we have to eat them all.
Whoa. Mm.
Wow.
The pistachio really comes out in that, I think, and makes it special. And we love all of these nuts, but I mean, I'm particularly fond of pistachios with dessert.
You said these nuts.
Those.
Those
Those
nuts.
right there.
Those, yeah.
Well, I gotta tell you, the Moscato d'Asti with this, absolutely made for each other.
Yeah, the nuttiness.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The nuttiness right there, and wow, that floral component really became kind of like a more of like a fruit, like a lychee, like an exotic fruit flavor with the Moscato
'Cause
d'Asti.
I'm getting a lot of honey on this,
Yeah.
and so that's probably blooming into. It's blooming into something a little different. Good morning, Caleb.
All
Staff's
right.
starting to come in to get ready for the tasting.
Yep.
And so, gang's all here.
Yeah, we're getting ready, getting geared up for the big show. So, Becca, I guess it's your turn to dig into the next
And that's
dish.
the bread
This
pudding.
is our bread pudding.
And this is with the cranberry instead of the blueberry. And you've got your caramel there on the bottom. And of course, I use brioche to make our bread pudding instead of a lot of people use kind of like a stale sourdough or something like that. And it can
I'm
be
sure
a
that
catch.
the floor loved it.
You know it. We have bibs.
That's a problem
I
with,
might
with
need
love,
one.
right?
The
I need one. Yeah,
well,
we
but
cut that
that's
out.
real though. I mean, that's real.
Can
You're-
we
you're-
cut that out of there?
Oh yeah, we'll have it. We'll send it to editing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll take care of that.
Again, chef, here we got the Moscato with the bubbles, really kind of lightening the load on this, but bringing out the cranberry.
Bringing out the cranberry.
Cranberry really pops on that.
Well, and I didn't steep the cranberries as long as I normally would because I wanted a little bit of that chew. Too often the bread pudding can just kind of dissipate, but I really wanted to get some crunch because we have so many soft things with our chocolates. I
Sure.
wanted that little extra fruit chew. I think is probably really helping bring that wine out.
All right, terrine time.
Terrine time, and again, we've got lots of brewed coffee and Kahlua in this. So it's this one's going to wake you up. Save a bite of that for last. So if you do plan on doing something other than sleeping a day, give you that extra little push. Yeah,
Wow.
I bet the red is great with that.
Yeah, and going with the toast of the coffee with the toast on that barrel, that's really working. I got to try with Moscato, but I really do think that's the red pairing.
The little tweel helps lighten
No,
that
it
up.
almost
That's the only
brings off
crunch
the
with that.
sweetness of the Moscato.
Yeah, it really does.
It kind of tones down the sweetness, so
Just in
you
case
get
you're
more of the
wondering,
tart notes.
Becca can't eat. She can't drink red wine. She gets violently sick. So she's just having Moscato all the way through.
I think she's just really unselfish, so it means
She wants to
we can
share
have enough red
all
wine.
Yeah,
of
I'm
the red
really,
wine.
yeah, very humble that I want you to enjoy it.
All right.
And it does work out well because that frees up more bubbles for Becca.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you're into the lollipop now. Our little cake pop. You've got a white and dark chocolate cake, dipped in white chocolate and bittersweet chocolate, a little bit of praline on top. Yum yum. Always fun to eat with anything with a stick.
Wow.
You know, food on a stick is always a good time.
That really
Those two
brings
are
out
friends, yeah.
that bring out the white chocolate. The
Yeah.
Moscato, loving that white chocolate.
Yeah. Those two go nicely. And really, I mean, I like the Moscato with all of them so far.
Well, I mean, really any dessert with some bubbles. I mean, and especially an elegant bubble like this. But I just can't get over the honeysuckle on this. It's just so
Interesting how
intense.
the on the ungrafted here, the white chocolate kind of takes the fruit out of the red, which is very peculiar to me. I wasn't expecting
I
that.
wouldn't have expected that. How cool is that?
You know, this is truly an unrehearsed video. We're getting our true initial results of these pairings, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, usually I've tasted all this stuff together, or at least something similar to it. So this has been a really great experience for me.
That's cool.
Get a live reaction. All right, now, Chef, the strawberry.
Le berry. Rices. I'll be interested to see what you think of that blackberry too with one of these ones, because there is going to be several blackberries in the packages to take home. You know, with the various purees. Be interesting.
That's lovely.
Well, I'm telling you, you know, I don't know how strawberries became the thing in the middle of winter for Valentines,
But yeah,
and
it is
normally
amazing.
it's disappointing, but
yeah.
this is actually a pretty good
That's a
batch for this time of
beautiful
year. I
berry,
mean, I
yeah.
feel like, you know, they're often so white and just flavorless. I feel like this year, for some reason, the strawberries are juicier than normal for a wintertime berry.
Okay, well, let me tell you, Chef, on both the strawberry and the blackberry, it absolutely made the wine bitter, the red wine bitter.
Did it really?
Yeah, it's just too sweet,
Too
too
sweet.
juicy for that wine. So, when you're doing your pairings, I mean, certainly try everything you want to try, but let's really aim the dark chocolate without the fruit at the reds, and Moscato can go all the way through everything. And I know that many of you are not sweet wine drinkers, but this is a great exercise in why it's important to have a wine with some residual sugar when you're having desserts. Because if you do taste this strawberry, this blackberry with the red wine, you will absolutely see how elements of bitterness that don't normally show themselves in the wine will just come right to the forefront. And that's probably not what you're looking for out of this red wine.
So you're picking the terrine and the lollipop for the red, and the
Yeah.
Moscato can go and run the
Everything.
course.
Absolutely,
And
without
can
doubt.
I say, them not being sweet drinkers, I'm not a sweet drinker either. And this is actually the first time that I've really enjoyed this wine.
Yeah, you would
and, you know,
normally
like,
drink
normally
this wine.
I would not drink it, but
Yeah, you're
I'm
really dry. white
really,
wine.
really enjoying it going with all of this.
Yeah, and you know, also here in person, we're going to have some port too. And you know, if you happen to have a port laying around, port would be great with these as well. But again, be careful with those fresh berries because they can alter. Now, the thing about port though, being fortified, oftentimes it can push through and not develop bitter notes. But typically, a dry red wine will, if it's outside the chocolate genre. Chocolate, for whatever reason, and red wine, just they love each other and they don't develop those bitters, even with all that sugar. But when you get into the fruit element, where it's predominantly fruit or all fruit, watch out for your dry reds because you're going to not have that pleasant flavor anymore.
Unless you've had like 3 bottles,
Unless you're hammered.
and then it's just going to be delicious.
And then it doesn't really matter, does it?
No.
Well, we're going to sign off. I know this was a quick video in terms of our ramblings, but I want to thank our surprise guest. It was a surprise to her, Becca Miller, and we're about to set up for this beautiful chocolate pairing, chef. And thank you for all you do. And hey, happy Valentine's,
Thank
everybody!
you to y'all. This is going to be a great one. Happy Valentine's. Thank you for spending it with us. Just a real treat as always.
Happy Valentine's, Lisa. Love y'all.
Bye.